Today I would like to talk about a manipulation tactic that narcissists like to engage in, but strangely, it's not often talked about. And I think I've only seen it once in an article in all these years that I've been creating awareness of narcissistic abuse, which wasn't even related to narcissistic abuse, but people who cheat in general. This being said, I have released a podcast just recently where I talk about 15 signs a narcissist is cheating on you. I will post the link in the description below. So today I would like to talk about time-stamping. And this has happened to me quite often in my own relationship with a malignant narcissist. But first of all, if you are just learning about narcissistic abuse, what is gaslighting? The term gaslighting is derived from a British play of the 1930s called Gaslight, that they later also made into a movie in the 1940s. And in the story, a husband manipulates his wife and her perception by dimming and brightening the gas lights in their home and insisting that she's only imagining it happening. So like a narcissist, he's screwing with her perception of reality. So what does time-stamping mean in terms of gaslighting? When narcissists timestamp, they are leaving traces and evidence behind in form of timestamps at very specific times of the day, while they are actually entertaining other narcissistic supply, commit a crime, or simply cheat on you with another person. It gives them an alibi, so to speak, for a specific time. Now, I've written down 5 examples of how narcissists will timestamp you. The first way is probably the easiest and most used method by a narcissist, in which they will simply send you a text message. What you need to pay attention to is that these timestamp messages are completely empty of content or context. There's no depth to them. It could be a simply check-in like, how are you doing? Have a good night, sleep well, or I'm going to bed now, good night. The question is, are they going to bed alone? Most likely not. And even if you respond immediately, they simply won't, or leave you on red. And that leaves you confused, ignored, and dismissed. It's typical breadcrumbing behavior. Quite often, narcissists will escape to the washroom at the restaurant or wherever they are when they do this, so their time is limited, of course. Second way to create a timestamp. The narcissist may post something on social media at a specific time. However, there are apps these days which allow you to schedule your post or even change the timestamps directly. So, are posts on social media a valid excuse anymore? I don't think so. Another way is that they will send you old pictures, pretending they're current. Here's a trick, though, that can expose them. And I'm going to share this with you because I found this out myself not too long ago. Nowadays, cell phones will store additional information in these photos. For instance, if you have an iPhone, there's a little icon with an eye on it, which stands for information. And when you click on that icon, you will get metadata about the date and time, and sometimes even the exact location where the photo was taken, as long as they haven't deactivated the location settings, especially when photos were taken in portrait mode on the iPhone. As a tip, you may want to review your own settings for your own safety. And if you've just left the narcissist, maybe get a brand new phone altogether, because you never know what they've done with it. Some narcissists install tracking apps and whatnot to keep on stalking their former victims. A fourth way to create a timestamp is to go to a store or a gas station on their way to the other supply and get a receipt. They may even just keep the receipt from the restaurant they dined at with their fare. I remember when I found an old receipt from a diner in my boyfriend's jacket. It was like he placed it there on purpose to provoke a reaction out of me or to gaslight me, to get away with it in the future. Sometimes they want to be found out on purpose so they can create a preemptive move that will protect them in the future. He always used the same name of a male friend he kept meeting. Apparently some elder from his church community. After a while it sounded so bizarre and I never met the guy. I never even saw a picture of him. And I think that guy's name was merely a placeholder for someone else that he was having an affair with. Which leads me directly to method number 5. They may engage their flying monkeys to give them an alibi, who are usually narcissists themselves and know exactly what's going on behind the scenes. What it all comes down to, should you decide to confront the narcissist with your suspicion that he's doing something shady behind your back, he will gaslight you and remind you of the text message or the photo he sent, or use any of the other methods I was just talking about, and tell you lies like, how could I have possibly been with another person when I was just texting you? And here's another red flag in this context. When you're with a narcissist, you both, not just one of you, you both, will constantly scroll up to old text messages to find answers, to argue, to justify. You get my point. You've probably been there already. So I just wanted to make you aware of timestamping because, like I said before, it's not often talked about. And if this has happened to you, it would be interesting to hear about it. Please let me know in the comments section below. Thank you very much for listening and have a great week.